A few months ago, my friend sent me these two images and asked me to find where they were. Now, my initial thoughts for this is that my friend had taken these and sent them to me based on where her current location was. I knew for a fact that she was currently vacationing in Hawaii, and to be fair, it did kind of match up with the wildfire thing, because during that time it was after the Maui fires. I thought it actually was a wildfire in Hawaii. So I went and looked up wildfire information, and I actually got driven a bit crazy because there's there's no fire information anywhere. So I couldn't actually figure out where I was based on Hawaii. So then my friend told me that it actually wasn't her who took the photos. It was somebody who sent it to her. And I decided to expand my search to the United States. I started looking over the entirety of the United States peninsula, looking at water, looking at where it was burning at that time, and it couldn't line anything up at all, and that's where I gave up a few months ago. But recently, I went back to these images, and seeing them, the first thing that I thought of was I looked at this barren, like, tree dotted landscape here, and I instantly thought of the BC interior. You see, like recently in the BC interior, there's been a lot of wildfires, and the trees have been like half burned. So all their like hills, which are usually rolling green with trees, now are like half barren with these scattered trees everywhere. So that instantly the BC interior when looking at these images. So I was like, okay, BC interior, interesting. So then I looked at the street signs here. The street signs here were kind of distinct. You have a red pole here with a blue on top. But if I look in the other image here, you'll see that it's not really consistent because the other one here I believe has like a white pole and blue signs on top. So I started plonking random BC interior towns to see if I can match this up. So I first plonked Revelstoke, I think, and it had blue signs, but the stop sign under was painted green, so it wasn't Revelstoke. And then I plonked Kelowna, and Kelowna actually matched up. Kelowna actually had these the blue tops with the red strip on the stop sign. So I was actually kind of hopeful here. But the last thing to do was to match these buildings. You see, when I was doing the original, the first time I tried to find where this image was, these buildings I couldn't match up anywhere in the world. I tried like random cities, and I also went on Street View or sorry, Satellite View on Kelowna. And to my absolute dismay, it actually didn't match up at all. Kelowna's satellite imagery only showed me like 4 towers, when this is clearly a lot more than 4 towers. You can see that the three mini towers there, um, and you see these dumbass towers that don't exist. But like I was like curious, like why do I have these three towers that completely match up, and then but I don't have the other towers, which are currently this like empty lot, right? So that's why I decided to go into Street View. I went to Street View first. I went to Street View first on this mountain here that was called the Dilworth Lookout. Yeah, I think. Yes, okay. This is a really good lookout. And you see there, you can see the three buildings and one there in this. But this was 2017, right? So I wanted to find better coverage. But I also, if you plonk too close, if I put my marker in a place too close to the buildings, it's actually kind of hard to see because it's not a place of elevation. As you can see, I can't really tell very well. But this is August 2023. But what I did eventually is I tried going down the mountain. I first, I think, went to I think around here, but unfortunately the coverage froze from 2015. So then I went to this intersection right here, and on this intersection right here, there was coverage from 2017. But when I moved this way, I think it went to 2021. And as you can see here, we have a lot more buildings, right? We have one being constructed right here, and then we have this little one with like a red on it. And then when I matched it back up to the original image, you can actually see that this actually lines up really well. You have this one with a bit of red on it, you have this tall one, and this small one being constructed with like three in the back. So then this was Kelowna. These buildings were actually Kelowna, and this perfectly lined up. So these three buildings were exactly that, which was kind of insane. So last thing I do is I had to line up the exact location. Now this building actually just did not exist at the time. It's very new looking, as you can see, but it doesn't exist actually in Street View when I actually do end up finding the actual image. So what I use is this green field here. So I think it's like a park or something. So I just went onto Satellite View, just look for like parks in the area, and luckily for me there was only like one green field that was kind of close. Like I was looking at the buildings at kind of like in this angle. So like this is the only green field that really matched up. So then if you look at the green field here, there's one intersection here. As you can see, there's like a stop sign here. Um, and then one intersection back, we're here, and we're in a building. So I looked at here, one intersection back, and we have this really tall building, which makes sense because we had quite a good vantage point. Um, and as you can see, this lot currently is empty, but it right later became this building, which makes sense. So yeah, last thing to do is I went into Street View here, and as you can see, the these things completely line up. We have the red here on blue, and then we have this one over here. We have that, and then there like that. This house is still there. Looks perfectly like that. Other than that, it's a bit more green, I guess. But house is still here. And yeah, this is 2018 coverage, by the way. So I guess a building got built in the last 5 years. But yeah, there we go. That's how I found the exact location. Also, let me just mention that this thing right here made sense for like this weird like rooftop with all like the pipes and stuff. It's the top of this building. So yeah, I pretty although this building's not here, with the park there and with this building and with this house, and with these two signs, it's pretty obvious that this is indeed where this image was taken. Yeah, that's how I found the exact location of this image, which is I'm pretty proud of.